Today we're going to take a quick look at our integration we've built on top of Zendesk Sunshine for Zendesk Sell. So as we can see, we're inside of a contact inside of Zendesk Sell. This can either be an individual or an organization. Obviously we have all of our ticket fields or our company fields on the left-hand side here, any interactions in the center, and then on the right-hand side we have our application flare. And if we don't want to see it, we can just collapse it down like this. But we can think of Flare in a couple different ways. We can think of it as the conduit to our back-end systems, whether that's Oracle or SAP on the high end, or QuickBooks, or even a custom back-end that's storing any financial records or order management information inside of the system here. So we have a couple different UI paradigms in terms of how we can actually visualize this data inside of Zendesk. One of the ways is through what we call our card view here, which is typically reserved for summation data. So anything from total revenue to total number of orders that they have for this particular customer that we're looking at here. We can also look at things like their last 5 purchases. All of these fields in this list view here are fully customizable. So if we don't want to see these types of order headers here or columns or rows, we can adjust that. Obviously we have to work within the screen real estate we're provided and don't want to crowd this too much, but we can do things like storing even images as thumbnails. And if we wanted to get a bigger picture, we can just click in. And if we wanted to get actually more detailed information on this actual purchase or invoice, we can go ahead and click in and see exactly what's going on with this particular order, maybe when it was delivered, if it's pick your product type, anything like that. We can obviously show more if we want to see more. And we can even do things like start to look at our own product catalog and either create quotes or add things to a wish list for individual customers we'll talk about in a second here. So we're able to, again, get some detailed information on the products here, see whether they're in stock and the colors quickly. We can even be able to filter on things like the color. So if we just wanted to look at our white products here, we can see those that are just white. And again, click in to get a much more detailed view, even do things like storing images inside of the purchases from here. We can even start to plot some of these things out graphically. So if we want to start seeing things like revenue month over month or year over year for this particular customer, we can even scroll over and get a detailed view. So it's not just a static graph. Really helps from an account management perspective, understand where the customer has been and where they're going. We can also tab this information out. So if we want to see something like, again, the main here, but any of the products we added to this wish list for the customer here, we can get that view here. And we can even have entirely different views based on the roles we have inside the system. So if we're maybe BDR or we're account management versus field sales, we can see completely different sets of information for this individual customer based on our role inside of the system here. And as we can see, have a completely different data set that we have inside of the system. Everything here is fully configurable from our point and click Flare Studio tool that we've added. So if we want to do things like product first instead of last 5 quotes, all we have to do is drag this up over top here like we're doing. And we want to go and edit this and call this inventory instead of products. We just change the label there and we can get a live view. So really everything built right inside of Zendesk here, and more of an admin or business analyst type function than someone in a development type role. This is all we have for today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.